Yo, what's going on YouTube? GZTV back with another video, and we are here to talk about the NBA action from Tuesday, April 4th. We are in the last week of the season officially. Well, I guess Sunday kind of marked that, but there was no games yesterday, obviously, because of the Natty, and I did make a video because the Natty was very disappointing, but anyway, moving on here, we have a couple of good games. Not every game was good, so I'm not going to talk about some of these games because some of them are pointless. We will talk about my Celtics playing the Sixers. Yeah, that happened. Kind of what the hell? He fell? No, this is a code red, my friend. My Jason Voorhees doll fell off my desk. How did I not notice that? Oh, there's his shit. No, I lost his freaking flames on his sword. There it is. I'm stopping the video for this. I don't really have that many games to talk about anyway, so I can afford this. That's fire, man. Then Mecca. But yeah, anyways, getting into the Celtics-Sixers game. Joel Embiid scores 52. They lead the 76ers past the Celtics. They won by 2. We didn't have Jaylen Brown. We didn't have Robert Williams. I can't sweat it that much, but we let a guy put up more than half of his team's points. Joel Embiid earned the highest stamp of approval from Coach Doc Rivers after the All-Star Center blistered Boston for his third 50-point game of the season and carried the 76ers on his beat-up 7-foot frame to victory. I mean, Embiid is just something else, and at this point, a game like this is pretty much solidifying his case for MVP. You know, for a while, I was like Jokic, but I've been watching Jokic and I've been watching Embiid recently. Not all season. It hasn't been like this all season. And I'm seeing Embiid as the MVP. So, there's that. You look at the Celtics. 26-point performance for Derek White off of 40% three-point shooting, 50% from the field. But, I mean, that was the only good performance on our team. Guys like Mike Muscala and Luke Hornett off the bench, you know, in place of Robert Williams, couldn't quite step up in their roles. And I feel like that's a big reason why we lost. But freaking Joel Embiid going for 52 points, 13 rebounds, and shooting, 80%? There's no other player in this league right now that's doing that. I mean, he firmly clinched the MVP. 20 points and 10 assists for James Harden, though. These two players got 72 of their team's 103 points. 2 players. That's really impressive. So, yeah, it's a really good duo. I'm excited for the playoffs, man. The playoffs are going to be very dope. Be cool to see what that duo does. Moving on to the Cavs and the Magic. The Magic are officially removed from the playoffs, which is unfortunate because they are a very good team, honestly, for where they're at. And, yeah, unfortunately, they got eliminated. Donovan Mitchell scores 43 to lead the Cavs to a 4-point win over the Magic. Yeah, great scoring for Donovan Mitchell. This is his 4th straight 40-point game. He is on a tear recently. He's playing phenomenal. Yeah, shout out to Donovan Mitchell and company. That is their 50th win of the season. They're looking very dominant this year. You look at the Cavs. Darius Garland had 16 points and 10 assists, while the boy Donovan Mitchell 43 points. He is one of the best scorers in the league, and he's been like that since the beginning of the season. So, yeah. Looking at the Magic, 20 points, 10 rebounds for rookie Paolo Banchero. He's playing great this year, 50% three-point shooting. Wendell Carter played pretty well, 17 points, 12 rebounds, 80% from 3, 60% overall. 23 points for Markelle Fultz. Didn't miss a single 3 all night, but, guys like Gary Harris and Mo Wagner off the bench didn't really play that well, so it kind of is what it is. Gary Harris is very streaky. Obviously, he's a veteran. He's getting pretty late in his career. I don't know how much longer he's going to be in the NBA. I'll give him, 3 years, but yeah, it is what it is. Am I looking at the right games? Yes. So let's move on to the Timberwolves and Nets game. Pretty big-time game here for the Timberwolves. They've taken some tough L's in the past, and this was nice for them to win this one. Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns helped the Wolves beat the Nets by 5. They end their skid at 3. They lost 3 straight coming into this one. Had the Timberwolves fans worried with, how tight the race is in the West. And, yeah, great scoring for both Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. Cat also had some great rebounding, pretty decent passing as well. So, the stars were shining tonight for them, so that's great. you look, 12 points, 12 rebounds for Rudy Gobert, 22 points, 14 rebounds for Cat off of 33% three-point shooting, 23 points from Anthony Edwards. He shot 40% from three. You look at the Nets, 14 points, 10 rebounds for DFS off of 67% three-point shooting, 50% overall, 24 points for Mikal Bridges playing not a great shooting night, but he's still playing good this season. 30 points for Spencer Dinwiddie, shot 33% from three. Offensively, Nick Claxton and Joe Harris were a little bit lacking for this team. Joe Harris could have hit a couple more threes and they would have been good. This is very lacking for Nick Claxton, especially with how he's been playing this season. I was definitely surprised at that, but it is what it is. Moving on down, we have two more games. No, we have one more game. This is the last game we're going to be covering. I'm pretty sure. I want to make sure. Yeah, it's the last game we're going to be covering. We're going to be talking about the Lakers and the Jazz game. Oof, Lakers barely won this game. LeBron James game winner lifts the Lakers past the Jazz in overtime. LeBron James missed a potential game-winning layup on the final play of regulation. Given a second chance, he delivered. I mean, he's arguably the best basketball player of all time. Austin Reeves says that, and people get mad because he's on LeBron's team. He's supposed to say he's the GOAT. The post-game interviews with the GOAT noises. This team's... I like the Lakers. I don't know why. I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but I've come around. I've started to really respect LeBron, honestly. And honestly, before, it's not like I didn't respect him, but I've started to like him more and more as the years go on, honestly. And shout out to him. Fantastic game tonight. 37 points, 30% from the three-point line. And obviously, Anthony Davis's performance was great as well. 21 points, 14 rebounds. AR-15, 28 points. He is just absolutely putting in the work for the Lakers this season, and I love it. Moving on to the Utah Jazz. Obviously, a very hurt Utah Jazz team, so this game should honestly come as a concern to the Lakers. They allow a guy like Kelly Olynyk to come out there, 23 points, didn't miss any threes. He shot 70%. You let THT go for 23. You let a rookie, Ochai Agbaji, go for 22 and shoot 50% from the three. Obviously, Azubuike was kind of lacking on the starting lineup, but you gotta. These are games you should win comfortably at this point. The Jazz should be a pretty easy team to beat without guys like Lauri Markkanen and Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton playing minute restrictions. They didn't have hardly any other starting lineup out there, literally. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. That is it for the NBA content. I'm gonna make some thumbnails real quick for the YouTube channel tomorrow, and then I'm probably gonna chill and go to bed. Oh man, I'm really stressed about my calc class, but it is what it is. This content keeps me alive. No kick stream tonight. I apologize for that. I kind of got here early or late, so